Hi guys, welcome to Photoshop tutorial. Alright, so in this tutorial I want to quickly show us how to achieve this glass effect. I want to show us how to achieve this glass effect. Yes, right here in Photoshop. So I want to show us how to get this. Now let's quickly dive right in. Alright, so now what you want to do first of all is to bring in your image and your background, because if you observe, we have both our image, we have the background, the red background, and we have our image. So you quickly want to go to Pinterest to look for a model, any model at all, right? Let's just say maybe a female model, right? Female model, any model at all. You want to browse out any model that of your choice. All right, it doesn't have to be a specific type of model. Just use a figure. I think I would use this lady right here. So I'm going to click on her, and then I will download this picture, save image as, and then I will say save, right? So I haven't done that. I will go also to go look for a background that we can use for our model, right? You can also say, okay, being that you want to use either blue or red background, let's just say, okay, this time we want to use a blue background, right? So blue background. Sorry about that. So let's search for that also, and this is what it. This is what Pinterest is showing us right here. So you just look for one that you're okay with, one that you want to make good use of. Let's say this, right? Okay, I think I like this one is really good. So let's save this also, save image as, okay, and then we save, right? And that's that for that. Now let's go back to Photoshop. So this is our blank space right here. So we have to just bring our models in, what we have downloaded. Let's these are the two things we have downloaded. So we'll bring them into Photoshop. I drag my image into Photoshop, and then I'm dragging the first one, and then I say done. I click on my done, that I'm done dragging. All right, so that's that. Then I'll go back to bring my background also. Just follow carefully so that you can also know how to do this. So I'm gonna bring my background also, and voila, here it is, right? So now you want to scale it to properly fit your workspace, your canvas. All right, you want to scale it up to properly fit your canvas, and then that's that for that. Now, right on your layer panel, you want to make sure that your image, which is the lady the subject we brought into, we downloaded and we brought into Photoshop, you want to make sure that it's above your background. All right, so once it's like this, then this is perfect. But obviously we cannot go ahead because we don't need this gray background of the lady. We need this textile background to be the only background, right? So we need to remove her own background so that she will be the only one on this blue background, right? So what do? We click on the layer, right? Just make sure you select the subject layer, and then click on this remove background, right? When you click on it, that removes your background. And let's wait for it, let's wait for it. And voila, here we are. We have just her now on our blue background. So we are literally 50% done, but right now we want to go ahead to create the exact reason why we are making this tutorial, right? So now you go to your rectangle tool, you click on it, you choose select your rectangle tool, then you draw whatever shape you want, right? Draw. And once you're done drawing, we want to just create the glassy effect. All right, do not forget we want to create the glassy effect. So now, and it's the color, this yellow color fills it up. Now it doesn't matter whatever color that fills it up, whatever color it is, that does not really mean anything. What matters is that you've drawn your shape, right? So because we want to get our glassy texture, obviously any mirror, whatever glass you've seen, they don't usually have sharp edges. Well, some do have, but because we want for the purpose of this tutorial, we will not be using sharp edges. So we will just bend our edges a little bit to have these curved edges, right? Curved edges all around, all four edges should be curved. All right, so having done that, you want to progress or proceed rather by moving your subject a little bit towards your right hand side, right? And then you want to duplicate your background, all right? You want to duplicate your background. So what you would do is this blue background duplicate by pressing Ctrl J, Ctrl J, Ctrl J, all right? So having done that, we have two BGs now, two backgrounds. So you move one of them all in a up in your panel, right? So that it covers everything. Then you would create a clipping mask. Let it clip it into the rectangle you have drawn, right? So right click on it and then click on create clipping mask. It will definitely, this is what you will have on your screen, right? Haven't done this, then you go to your rectangle again. We want to make sure that our rectangle has stroke just to give us a borderline to separate to separate itself from the background so that we can know that something is actually here. So it can actually still also give us that glassy effect also, or mirror feel, right? So you will click on this stroke here. I haven't clicked on the rectangle, your layer or your layer panel. You have clicked on the rectangle layer, right? So come to stroke and click on it, right? And click on your gradient, click on this gradient space here, right? Here. So once you've done that, this is what you work with. These two colors here are the two nodes that we're working with. So click here and click here so that we can also just, change one or two colors there. So from this black, we do not want it to be too very black. So you double click inside this color stop and then select here and then you say, okay, you leave this spot and you go to this one and you double click inside, the same color that is here, you just select somewhere in that range, right? And then you say okay. So and then you leave this as white, you leave this as white, all right? And that's that for that. And then you click out, right? So when you click out, you see. Now here we are. See, so this is what we have for now. Now just to when proceeding, right, what you do next is you click on the background, the background at the top here, which is the one inside, the one we clipped into our rectangle, right? You click on it and then you go to your filter, all right? Go to your filter and you click on blur. You look for Gaussian blur. You go to blur, you look for Gaussian blur, you click it, and then it blurs the image, right? I think 9.4 is a good one. We might want to go forward a little bit to this point, right? And this is good enough. So we would say okay. So once we're done with that, and that's that for that, we are already getting what we want, right? So we are already getting what we want. Now the next thing you want to do, is still go back to filter, right? Go back to filter and go to click on filter gallery. What we want to do is give it a texture. We literally can stop here, but our model's face is not, it's not looking like it's a glassy feel. It's not, we are not there yet. We are 70% done. We are not there yet. So just to proceed, we will click on filter gallery, right? And then it will pop out this window. Now you make sure you go to distort. You make sure you go to distort and then click on the drop down arrow. Then look for glass. Click on glass and then make your distort. Do your tweaking and all to your taste. Do your tweaking and all to your taste. I think I like what I am saying. I do not want to do too much. So once I'm done, I'm going to just click on OK. Voila, here we are. If you zoom in, you will see that our glassy effect is already on point, right? So but we are not done. We need to show that reflection. We need to show that truly it's on this glass effect is on our model, right? So what we'll do next is just get our model, duplicate our model also, and then take her up on the layer panel, right? Right here in the layer panel, she need to be at the highest by ranking. She need to be taking the first, right? By hierarchy also. So let's duplicate and you say Ctrl J right now, and then you take one copy up, and then you also do the same thing we did to this background. We have to do the same thing to her, which is by clipping her into the rectangle also. So you right click on her right? And then you go to create clipping mask, and then right here, voila. So now we are not done, but we are almost. So the same effect you did to this, right, to this background here that we copied, we have to do the same thing to her. So all we need to do is just click on filter, go to filter gallery, right, and then this same window pops up. Then we have to reduce, because this one, at this point, we are working with a human figure, right, as our subject. So we have to reduce her a little bit so that we can see. Yeah, and this is okay. I think 4 should do it. So once you're done, you click on OK, and then here we are. We have our glassy fill. If you're not still satisfied with this, you can go back to click on the filter gallery again, right? And then once it pops up, you can increase it. You can increase it, right? And then before you say OK, and here we are. We have this now, right? But this is too much actually. So I'm going to just Control Z, undo it, and then leave it the way it was, right? Now here we are. We are 90% done. Okay. So one more thing is, if you now want to move your rectangle here and there to make sure that any part of the design you place your rectangle everywhere is just still looking glassy, right? What you will just do is lock this background, all right? Lock the background. Once you click on it, just click on this, right? You can, and then you go to your rectangle, which is here, and then you can move your rectangle anywhere. Anywhere you move your rectangle, it's all glassy. Anywhere you move your rectangle, it's all glassy. All right, but this is where we want, for the purpose of this tutorial, this is where we want our glass. And then you can now do what? Impute your text by going to the text panel, the text box, horizontal type to click on it, and then click out, and then maybe you can just give her a name. All right, you can give her a name. All right, so let's just say all right, we'll just name it Amara. Yeah, okay. So properly position, this text is too spaced. So what we'll do is go to this and then reduce this to 0, right? And then give it a very nice, all right? I think I like agency. Is it? Nah, not this. A proper font like agency regular. Yeah. Yes, agency regular. Okay, cool. So this is okay. I want to change the color to at least white. I think white will really stand out. Not that the yellow is not good enough. It is very, very okay. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I just want to use white. And then uh yeah. So I would say I'm done, and I'll do this here. This should be 100. Yeah. So this is it here. I can choose to just reduce it a little bit and put this here just the way it is on uh, on our reference, right? I can duplicate the text and then use that as just a, right? So we can use that as the logo, and that's that for that. So you can scale the alphabet up and then properly position, and here we are. So this. So thank you guys, until we see next time. Bye.